Hey you, and welcome to some Minecraft today. I've been showing you guys all these countries, and we've got all these playlists now of what everyone else is doing. And I went through to look at what I had been showing you lately and realized that, I haven't. So I'm in Lecleigh. I'm in my own builds today just to do something kind of different here. Now, if you've been around for a long time and you're familiar with the Minecraft servers, you know that in front of me here is Enderman Keep, which was the first big build I've ever done in Minecraft. And, hang on a second here. Let's do game mode creative for me so we can get around a little bit better and show you some bits and bobs. That was the first big build I ever did. And when you look through it, it really shows. It looks much better from the road at a distance. No, my little garden here, my little cloister garden, I liked that. That was a cool thing. We have walls around this keep. There's a guard tower in back. A little marketplace there for people to come in and sell their little things. But I think most of you will have seen this already. Down in there, of course, is Enderman Deep. We have Enderman Keep and Enderman Deep. And underneath was basically an underground town that I used as a storage facility. No big deal. Now, if you've seen the equestrian center over in the district at Olympic Park, that's kind of what I had in my heart when I built this little teeny tiny place. But this was the second thing I ever built in Minecraft. So yeah, not the same at all. Now this was going to be my little stud farm with this teeny tiny little house instead of, the big wonderful thing that I've managed to build in the district now. There's a little blacksmith shop with the stone roof because I caught that thing on fire several times, burnt it down. Fun times. And this used to be sort of a breeding pen in the center, and there were stalls. Actually, wow, okay, this must be one of those things, those weird bits that happen in Minecraft sometime, because this is a disaster. This hill should not be there. That whole roof section is gone. Yeah, one of those moments in Minecraft where something's happened and you have no idea why. Look at that. It's destroyed. The land has changed. Some chunk has reloaded weirdly. And look at that. Part of my stall is gone. Well, you know what? I wanted to redo this thing anyway. And the corral here, we've got gates that are missing on those two sides, and the whole section that's gone over here. A little bit strange. Now, we used to have Mo creatures. We had some really nice horses, these black and white gypsy vanner type horses, which of course I named after that. And those were going to be like the official breed of my country. Part of a gate gone here. Just some weirdness going on. And then, of course, they added horses to Minecraft, and they took over some of the same blocks, and yeah, lost them all. There's all the names. I had a complete breeding schedule going on here so I could get all the Mo creature colors, and then when Minecraft added the horses, we just lost a bunch. So they just reused some of the same ID blocks or whatever, so we lost most of the horses that I was breeding here. But anyway, this was my little teeny tiny stud farm. That's the summer palace, and I think most of you have actually seen that. That has been recorded elsewhere. But I just want to show you a little tiny build that I've recently put up. This is still probably my favorite build. I really like this place. It still feels like home. It's comfortable. It has bits and bobs and towers and places and balconies and lots of things to go to. And so far, everything you have seen was actually built in survival mode. All of it. Absolutely. I think right around the time I was first starting the my recordings and opening the server, I was working on that little teeny tiny farm over there. This is a building that I started putting up, and I haven't decided if I actually want it here or not. And I'm thinking I probably don't. I think I'm going to move it, so I just sort of quit working on it, but yeah, we'll get back to that. But over here at the at my little tiny portal station. My portal station is not like the others you have been seeing in my recordings. It is not a great, you know, palace of awesome. It's just this. It's a little tiny block. And what have we got going on here today? Advertising promotion. Yeah, he had this is the thing. We've got this guy called Advisor. We don't actually know who he is or what he's doing here, but I've started just using the blocks as a way to leave notes back and forth and things like that. But I just have a little building. It's a little square, a little box, and it has portals. But I want to show you my archaeology site because I love this. This is so exciting. And this is sort of what I had envisioned the very first time. This was the first desert temple I ever saw in Minecraft, was sitting right here. And it was buried. There was just, you know, the two little tops of the towers coming out. So I have turned it into an archaeological dig. So we've got a couple of tents because, you know, you're living out in the desert here somewhere. And, you know, nothing fancy, just really quiet. It seems to me there was something there before, and we have maybe changed mods, and it's gone. But anyway, there you go. So the guy was just reading some notes before he went to bed. And then in this tent over here, whoops, I'm walking right through the fire. In this tent over here, he's got some notes, cup of tea. Okay, this guy's a little sloppier. He's got stuff piled all over the place, but you know, he's out in the desert. He doesn't really have to worry about being neat and tidy, I suppose. And then they've got crates for tools. You know, really important artifacts would go in the safes over here. And, you know, you can hang your clothes out and you rinse them out. And, of course, to do that, you've got to go way across the desert to the nearest well, which sits right there. That's our source of water. Or you can go down to the river, of course, over by the Summer Palace. But you can just hang your things out. There is food just, you know, piled. People bring supplies in. This is where they sit and eat in the shade. You know, we've been here for a long time, so somebody put up a little wind chime. You know, you've got lots of breezes coming across the desert here. So, yeah, we've got a little bit of a turkey cooking by the fire. Tea, because tea is important. Got a bucket of water, a wheelbarrow. There's the sand pile. You know, we're digging this out, right? So there's the sand pile for sure. Now, if you walk along here, you know, you can see various entrances that we've boarded up because we found... See, I got to show you something. And how will I get to it? I think it's just in here. If you look down, way down there, somebody was in trying to do some treasure hunting. And we have, as you can see, a dead body down at the end of the hole here. So, that's not good. There was obviously an explosion or something, and now we've got this dead body there. So we didn't want other people to, you know, have to, we don't want other people wandering in and going, oh, what are you guys doing here? And then, you know, finding themselves dead. So we have actually boarded up the place. It seemed like a good idea. I think it's a good idea. Anyway, so this is just my little archaeological dig, which I had a ball doing and I will never be able to get out of because I suck at this part. Oh, look at that, just like I knew what I was doing. So there we are. We have a little dig going on here. We've got it fenced off to keep, you know, the people running along the road here. That road goes north to the very first... That first night I opened the server, the Heroes Plaza, I think the guys ended up calling it, and that goes north to there. And then, of course, the roads over here connect all the way, almost all the way to Whitehall, which is some distance away on the map. But this is my little archaeological dig. It needs a name. I was thinking about, if you've ever heard of a writer called Elizabeth Peters, she writes about the Victorian age and a lady named Amelia Peabody and the husband that she meets in the desert, and they're, you know, what they end up doing for archaeology. Very funny. They're mysteries. They're hysterical. She's an absolute great lady. So I'm thinking about calling it the Peabody dig site or something like that. But there we go. Cleaning out the desert. We'll get this temple dug out someday. See what it's really supposed to look like before it was all buried. And can you see that lit up spot way over here? That's where the cat house was. And that's that first little house dug into the back of a hill where I spent the second night I ever played Minecraft. It was awesome. And then wandered back into this area, which is actually a spawning area. And yeah, so that's my latest little thing, and I just wanted to show it off because I love it. This is so funny. It's just a little dig, but I'm just had such a good time, and it makes me happy. I just have these big smiles every time I'm here. I think it's just cute. I like this. So nothing fancy, but I will move on. We will move further south and work our way over toward the Cliff House, and then on to Midsummer Meadows, the village that I'm working on. So until I see you next time, live your life happy and build it beautiful. Bye-bye.